Hello everyone, we are Group 3 and today we will be presenting the topic of meetings. To begin, you have to plan meetings. When planning a meeting, one must be aware of each individual group member and also obtain the contact information from each member, such as email or phone number. After acknowledging each group member, a scheduled time must be agreed to. You can begin with asking each member their availability. There may be some group members whose availability does not line up with everyone else. However, choose a time in which the majority of the members can attend and participate. Once a scheduled time is selected, the group must determine the type of communication they would like to use, including in-person meetings, conference calls, or like a lot of meetings since COVID, Zoom. Also, as a group, you would need to determine the number of meetings needed to complete your task. Also, deciding if your group would meet weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, depending on your deadline.
Okay, moving on to conducting meetings. Conducting meetings gives you the opportunity to share ideas and information and also collaborate with your coworkers and address important issues and goals. This makes conducting meetings effectively even more important. All right, the first step to conducting meetings effectively is to set a clear objective. Consider what you would ultimately like the meeting to accomplish. In order to do this, make sure that prior to the meeting, you set a clear and concise goal for the meeting. This allows for more clarity within the communication between your staff. The second step for conducting meetings effectively is going to be to consider your attendees. Take time to consider who you need at the meeting. Be sure to include everyone in the meeting who is involved with the topic of interest. This will also allow for clearer communication within the company and ensure that nobody is left out of the loop. All right, and then moving on to step number 3, start the meeting on time. Setting times and sticking to them will ensure the meeting stays focused. Distribute the agenda to all parties ahead of time so that everyone is aware when the meeting is supposed to start and end. Sticking to these times will ensure everyone stays focused throughout the duration of the meeting. And now for step number 4 for conducting meetings effectively. It's to follow your schedule. If you allot certain portions of the meeting to certain time frames, this will aid the meeting to run more smoothly. It is also helpful to consider displaying the agenda during the meeting just so that everybody knows where you're at. And now for the last step to conducting meetings effectively. So step number 5 is to follow up. After the meeting ends, it is always helpful to send out an email containing the highlights of the meeting. This will help to make sure that you put in writing all of the tasks that were delegated during the meeting in order to make sure everyone stays on the same page.
Thank you to Emma and Quiyasha for that great overview of planning and conducting meetings. Now that we know effectively how to plan and conduct meetings, we are going to go over how to record meetings successfully and the importance of recording meetings. Why should meetings be recorded? It lets the audience know that their thoughts and attendance are important. It can be used as proof that the meeting did in fact take place. It also helps provide the details of the meeting to those who were not able to attend. It can also help keep everyone in your team on a schedule and can help relieve any possible miscommunications. It can help your group stay more organized as well. There can be a lot of benefits to recording meetings. Here are even more reasons why it could be beneficial to record those meetings. It makes everyone more involved, and they can see and hear all that has taken place, even after the meeting has already been completed. It can encourage your group to effectively brainstorm and help your team bring some new ideas to the table. Brainstorming together can even be considered a morale booster. It lets everybody know that their opinions will be heard. Recording your meeting may even boost your audience's attention. People will be more likely to think before they speak, and often recording the information may help eliminate the repetition of an already discussed topic. Fortunately, nowadays we have so many options for recording meetings. Here are some options for recording those meetings. You can assign an individual to take notes on the information that takes place during the meeting. You can also just record certain parts of the meeting that involve visual presentations, like if someone was using the chalkboard or charts or some kind of demonstration. You could record the entirety of the meeting through video, audio, or both. You record the meeting through your laptop. You can even record phone conferences with an audio recording. And if you're doing a virtual meeting, you could record your whole meeting through Zoom. To conclude, planning, conducting, and recording meetings can seem like an intimidating task, but when it comes right down to it, it doesn't have to be. When it comes to planning your meeting, always make sure you have all the necessary contact information for each party. Also, try your best to plan a meeting where most of your team is available to attend. If that isn't possible, remember you can always meet virtually, on the phone, in person, or you can record your meetings for those who cannot attend. When conducting your meetings, make sure to set a clear objective, invite all necessary attendees, stick to the schedule, and start your meeting on time. And also, make sure to follow up with your questions after your meeting has come to an end. And here's our works cited, everyone. Thank you so much for listening, and we hope you found our presentation informative.